Hello and welcome to the International Coronavirus Pandemic Update for Wednesday, October 5th, 2022. In this video, we're mainly going to focus on Europe, but we will show cases and deaths and data for the rest of the world. And taking a look at the worldwide picture here, as you can see here, the weekly trend is the worldwide cases are down 13%, but that's not the case in all the regions of the world. If we take a look at Europe, it is up 0.2%, with the biggest rises being in Andorra, Netherlands, Italy, Austria, Switzerland's up 34%, Bulgaria's up 30%, France is up 27%, North Macedonia is up 27%, Denmark is up 17%, and Germany is even up 13%, and so on. Iceland up 15%, so there are definitely some rises going on here, but there are some places in these areas that are down. For example, Sweden is actually down 77%, Greece is down 100%, Ukraine is down 100%, but you get the general idea here. It is starting to rise, and if we take a look at the cases in Europe, you'll see here that there are some concerning numbers starting to come out here. As you can see, Italy reported 45,223 cases today, Russia 23,000 and 113 deaths. Yikes. Poland 3,192 cases, Portugal 1,144 cases, Austria 17,882 cases. Denmark had 1,200 cases, Hungary had 13,765 cases, Slovenia, 2,857 cases, and I do want to show Germany and the Netherlands, which did not come in yet for today. This is a multi-day total yesterday from the weekend. 133,532 cases with 128 deaths. Yikes. Netherlands, 3,800 cases and 7 deaths. Anywhere else here? But you get the general idea here. Cases are starting to rise in Europe, and we can actually see that more clearly if we come over to this data. First off, let's take a look at the varying proportions in most of these areas. Austria, as you can see here in pink, which is the BA.5 variant. So first off, let me tell you which color is which. Pink is BA.5, 2.75 is purple, and then this orange color is the old BA.2 variant. And you can see on all these except for India, the dominant variant is the BA.5 variant. India, believe it or not, still is dominant with, or actually is dominant with the 2.75 variant, which is rather interesting that it took off and it really took over there. But if you look at the other regions, 2.75 didn't take over. Austria is now up to 16% there. United Kingdom's up to 4.6% there. India, I think there's a problem with the testing there. I'm not saying that this variant can't be dominant there. I mean, it does make sense that it took over there, but we're just not seeing the cases in India. And if we go back to here, we'll take a look at, this is Worldometers, and we come down here and take a look at India. Hang on, let me find India, and you will see that India data, here we go, it's on a worldwide level. India only had 1,144 cases. Now, India has over 1 billion people. I think they are not testing enough, and I really think they are missing a ton of cases. Alright, coming back here to the charts. Let's take a look at confirmed cases on, we'll take a look at it on the weekly level. You can see Germany was rising, then it dropped some. That's because there's a lag in data over the weekends. France is steadily rising, as you can see here. France, about a month ago, on a weekly level, on September 11th, had 117,000 cases. If you come to this week, yeah, in the last 7 days, 333,000 cases. So you can see they are clearly rising. Italy, we'll go back to September, let's go back even further. Back to September 5th, 1 month ago. 1 month ago, they had 113,000 cases in a 7-day period. Now look. They are up to, France is up to 333,000. Italy's up to 244,000. So all these countries are rising. And you can see here, if we come down to this pink one down here, United Kingdom, you can see 36,647. Then you continue it, it's now up to 50,000. So United Kingdom is rising. There's another interesting thing I want everyone to see here. And if we come down here to hospitalized patients. If you look here, it is starting to rise in the United Kingdom. It is starting to rise in Italy. And we can see it more clearly if we take a look at the hospital admissions. Now, we're not going to see all the hospital admissions here. And this chart doesn't really do much justice for that. However, this one does. So this is the admissions weekly growth rate. I pulled this from Twitter. And as you can see here, if we go back to the middle of July going into August, it was dropping from the wave that they had in the summertime. And you're thinking here, okay, their wave was in May going into June. They did not have a wave in the spring like we did here in the United States, but the United States did have a wave in the summertime, as did Europe. And Europe's wave happened a month before the United States. So as you can see here, it rose right on up into the middle of June going into July. United States rose at that point, and our wave actually ended in late August and dropped right on in through all of September. Now look what happened here in the beginning of September, late August, coming up to now. It is rapidly rising. Netherlands is rising. Germany is rising for hospital admissions. But it is also rising for ICU admissions, and I want to show you that. Let's come down here and take a look at ICU admissions, shall we? On the ICU admissions here, you can see that Germany is having a rapid increase in the number of people being admitted into the ICU. So looking back on September 19th, it was at 615, right? And this is on a weekly level. Yes, weekly level. I'll look at now. 1,237 people have been admitted in the last 7 days to the ICU in Germany. And this is for coronavirus. That is really concerning. France is at 455. Italy's up to 146. And going back here, both France and Italy are rising as well. We can't see some of the other countries here that I have selected, like Austria, United Kingdom, and the United States. They don't show this here on our world and data. But you get the general idea. Germany is the most concerning. And we know if the ICUs are rising this high, unfortunately, deaths are going to rise too. So Germany is not doing too well on the severity of this. Germany is seeing more severe cases. Now, we didn't see on the subvariant if the BF.7 variant is there or not. And I suspect that they probably have a combination of BF.7 and maybe a second BA.5 wave that is causing a higher level of hospital admissions, followed by ICU admissions, and it's just not good. And if we take a look at the number of people in the ICU, let's take a look at ICU patients, you can see, yes, it is starting to rise in Germany. And it did finally, I shouldn't say finally, but it unfortunately went over 1,214 is where it's at now. So they are definitely going to see a death wave. And this does not bond well for the United States. And this is telling me that in the coming weeks, in the months, as we go into the colder months, the United States is also going to see a increase in severe cases. Everyone's hyping up saying, well, severity has dropped, blah, blah, blah. It's just more cases now. Look, Germany is clearly rising here. Germany could be off doing a thing on its own, yes, but it's a bad indication of what's to come. And we do know darn well cases are going to rise, hospitalizations are going to rise, ICU admissions and people in the ICU are going to rise. And unfortunately, deaths have not dropped here in the United States despite everything else. Deaths are remaining steady. Even if there have been slight drops from time to time, it's still around 3,000 deaths a week, basically a 9/11 every week. And remember, this is the baseline. If everything rises again, deaths would only rise on top of this in the United States. So things are not looking so good. So overall, on the worldwide level, if we go back to weekly trends, and I'm going to end it out on this, worldwide, down 13%. Europe is up ever so slightly. United States, or North America, excuse me, is down 43%. I think eventually that's going to change. Asia is down 17%. South America is only down 3%. Africa is down 3%. And Oceania, down 59%. Doesn't really matter because there's not a heck of a lot of population there, but Australia does have the biggest population. And remember, they are about to enter into the summer months now. So overall, keep an eye on Europe. Europe is where we're seeing the biggest rise in the world, and the United States will follow in the coming weeks. Probably by Halloween and after Halloween, things are really going to start get going in the northern states of the United States. Around the holidays, the southern states are going to rise in the United States. Alrighty, thanks for watching this international update. Please stay safe, everyone. Please continue masking. We will have the United States national update later on this evening. And remember to hit like and subscribe down below to see more videos like this or anything else we do on the channel. Thanks for watching.